Dalai Lama, this is a Chinese conspiracy, bro. The kid was having fried chicken prior, Chinese fried chicken.
Yeah.
Dalai Lama, obviously a vegetarian vegan.
Yeah.
The Chinese fed the kid with a very intoxicating chicken. Dalai Lama
it was like alone for him or something.
Exactly. The Dalai Lama wanted to have a taste of it. He couldn't resist it.
Yeah.
So I think it's a Chinese idea, bro.
No, but it's a loophole. Because technically it's not meat anymore because it's already been eaten.
Exactly,
It's just the residue left behind.
You know the video of the Dalai Lama asking the kid to suck his tongue was like filmed in like January, February. And it sort of became more popular. What is it month now? Like April, May?
Chinese New Year, yeah.
So the people are like, it started popping off and they were pushing it so it goes global. So the Chinese were like, this is too good a footage to like, go to waste and then we should use it to like start propagating it. I don't know what he said. He hasn't said anything, but other people around.
People on his team have said it, like, that this is an ancient thing. He's an innocent guy. He's an innocent guy.
No, but I thought there was an anonymous tip that senior Tibetan person said that it wasn't it wasn't a normal thing.
I've heard it the other way.
Okay,
like,
there's a thing.
Okay.
They do stick their tongue out. That is like a thing that they do in their country. But no one says suck my tongue after sticking their tongue out. So there was a difference there.
Look, there's always innovations at every level in every religion.
Yeah.
This is just one of those.
New innovation. Like we had a tradition of just sticking your tongue out. Now you go further, suck my tongue. But what would you do as a person if someone of like a status tells you to suck their tongue in front of like 20, 30,000 people or whatever they were?
Are they gents or ladies?
Gents or ladies.
Okay. So if they're gents...
obviously not. Like, you know how old people get to a certain age and they're like, they become loose, like they're not worried about being in public, and then they just say whatever.
This is like those old white men in swimming pool locker rooms that just flop their dick out.
Yeah. Pretty much. Like when I used to go to Macquarie gym, there was like at least not even white men, bro. It was Asian men as well.
Yeah.
Asian men notorious, bro. They wear like the littlest towel in front of them, and then you purposely like I don't want to be standing next to one. So
Islamically, you're meant to lower the gaze, right?
Lower the gaze won't work, bro, at all. So yeah, Dalai Lama is like one of those, bro. Like he's just an old person that forgot that he was in public.
He's an idle guy rather than something sexual.
How old is he?
87.
He's aged really well though. Have you seen his picture when he was 15 years old?
No.
Picture?
Yeah, a picture of him 15 years old.
Hell no,
bro. Dad said he looks the same, bro. I'll show you.
Sure.
I'll pull it up.
I think that's concerning. I'd rather look...
Bro, that's not 15, bro.
It is, bro.
That ain't 15. So he was like
he looks like a magician for some reason.
Magician with that,
with the magic hat.
Ku Klux Klan as well, bro, with that hat. So
the sorting hat.
What's it called? Is he like from birth, like they become the next Buddha?
It's like an Avatar scene.
Oh no, not Buddha, Dalai Lama. Sorry, my bad. What?
It's like Avatar scene, like Avatar Last Airbender.
So one dies, next one comes in.
Yeah, but they don't know who the next one is.
So Avatar has skills, bro. Like Airbender has skills, like obviously they can...
No, but in Avatar, they just know it's going to go to a specific...
Not their own.
It's funny how the only thing we can compare the Buddha Dalai Lama to is the Airbender.
Because it follows elements. So after the Airbender, it'll be the...
Fire Nation or like Earth.
But the way to distinguish Airbender, like... What's the word for it?
I don't know why we're comparing these two things.
Logic is like they can master all the 4 elements.
Yeah.
Like how do you know someone's Dalai Lama?
Their original... Oh, for Dalai Lama. So if you remember...
I can be one too.
If you remember when Aang was back in like in the South Pole... No, what was it? The Southern Air Temple or whatever the hell it was. Temple, wherever he was born.
Yeah.
And the masters gave him like the different toys. And
so that was
if he chose a specific one,
that was a sign
he
that
was the Avatar.
Okay, then maybe they have some sort of prophecy like that.
Yeah, they have the same thing, but amongst the different toys or objects or whatever, they'll put the previous Dalai Lamas like I think for this the current Dalai Lama is a walking stick and something else.
Have you read up on this or like you're just making it up? Okay, yeah.
And because he would have picked the walking stick and something else, and apparently he was saying like, I am the Dalai Lama, I am the Dalai Lama, I am the Dalai Lama.
Manifestation.
Yeah.
Bro, you could manifest this if you wanted to become Dalai Lama. Shave your head for one and just like start wearing orange colors.
And then apparently like the senior monks or whatever also have visions of like specific house or lake house or something, and they know
any kid born there would be the one. Yeah.
I don't know if they're taking psychedelics or what, but
probably. So seems like a...
So are there many kids tested for being Dalai Lama then?
Yeah, there would be quite a bit, I'm pretty sure. But I think they first have that visions or some direction, or even when I read when they cremate the Dalai Lama, if whatever the wind directs the smoke towards could be the direction that the reincarnate
will come from.
Yeah.
Okay.
So it's a very...
what book have you read for this? Or like
nothing, bro. Just
Reddit?
Google.
Okay, Google. Yeah.
But he said even the next one could be in Australia.
In Australia?
Yeah.
Or could be a female, as he said.
Yeah. Or
has there ever been a female since you have this knowledge?
I don't know. I don't think so.
Okay.
Oh, actually, I shouldn't say I don't think so. I don't know at all.
Well, like when I don't know if he was asked like if the next one could be female, but he says the next one potentially could be female, but they have to be attractive.
Let's talk. What if a female Dalai Lama asks a little kid to suck? Better or worse?
Well, you always
gonna be less traumatic for the kid.
Yeah. If it's a guy kid.
The kid's probably
what's it called? You see this in like certain stories come out from like high school teachers like messing around with like the underage kids or whatever. And whenever it's a female, they're like all the guys are like, well, that's like every kid's fantasy as a kid. Like if the teacher's good looking, they got what they wanted.
Female,
but if it's like a guy teacher doing it to a boy or a girl kid,
suddenly he's a molester.
Suddenly becomes like
big
a predator.
Man.
So maybe that could happen. But bro, I don't know what I would do if someone like in a public setting, asked me to do that as a kid. Not now, obviously. I would just punch the guy or bite his tongue at this stage. But
it depends, I guess. Like I think if like you're someone as powerful as Dalai Lama, like any kid is gonna do what he says, especially when you're up on stage and everything.
I couldn't watch when he like went close for like sucking the tongue bit. Does the kid actually go for it?
Yeah, for a second I thought I was on like some pedo site or something, but I realized, oh no, this is news.com.
Yeah. No, certain websites.
Did you end up watching the video? Or?
I watched it, but the kid's face was blurred. So.
Yeah, a lot of news websites have started blurring, unless they're Daily Mail or whatever. These websites just openly just show everything, bro. So I don't know if the kid actually went for it or was he forced to do it?
No, I think he went for it. But there was no one else around him besides him and Dalai Lama.
No, there's like people sitting around, and that's what they were saying. Like everyone behind was like laughing their heads off about it.
Yeah, that's the other thing.
Like it's an innocent
everyone's
thing.
just laughing. And
So
I'm
maybe
like,
it's not all that bad then.
Because
like
I think when a weird thing like that happens, your mind doesn't comprehend it in the moment, so you just laugh.
Your
natural instinct is just to laugh.
But I've heard, like, you guys must have heard, like, it's a Tibetan thing to...
No, stick your tongue out is a Tibetan thing. Sucking my tongue is not a Tibetan thing, bro.
Reddit had me convinced otherwise yesterday. I think I sent you guys a link yesterday.
Bro, you should get off Reddit for certain things, but like you
actually
find more reliable sources. Some Tibetan scholar was like trying to defend the Dalai Lama, saying that, oh, this is just like an innocent thing that he was doing. And the word he used was like the Dalai Lama is a celibate person and he's past any sort of
sexual tendencies.
No.
Sensual feelings or something, like I guess feel or touch or sexual,
like he doesn't have a penis or whatever, or like how does
no
it work?
bro, like he
it's like Gandhi then.
No. Gandhi's was slightly different. Gandhi was like, I have all these urges, but I'm gonna control them by putting myself. Like people say, confront your fears. Like if you're scared of heights, you go to the highest place in the world or whatever.
Yeah, sure.
But Gandhi was like that. Like I have this like urges, and I'm gonna, rather than trying to avoid these things, I'm gonna put myself in that position.
So do you know what are we talking about? Or did you look it up?
No, explain it to our audience, bro, since you're well read on Gandhi.
I'm half asleep right now, so it's just as hard to get into it.
Yeah.
But Gandhi was a brahmacharya, which means celibate, I guess. Like he
never had sex or anything.
He had a wife, like, but I think he was just didn't
have any sexual relation.
Sexual.
Maybe celibate though.
He had a kid, bro. So it's not like he was celibate. Like he had sons. Like his son also.
He has multiple kids actually.
Maybe you don't have sex for pleasure. Just
maybe
for
like
reproductive.
Just to, exactly, it could be one of those things.
Just a quick pump and dump,
Because he got married at 13 as well.
Wait, but how?
Yeah, he got married way early.
Bro, he may have sexual issues then, like mentally,
like got married way too early. But back in those days, bro, like people were getting married early as well.
But how many kids did he have?
At least 3 or 4, bro, I think.
One of them converted to Islam. This is why I know them. And then he reverted back to... Yeah.
Who was it?
I think he became Muhammad Gandhi or something for a while.
Wow, okay. So what a name, bro. What a name.
He became a Hindu again.
Yeah.
But it was just, I think, could be political pressure or something.
So anyway, explain your, what was he doing?
So Gandhi, just to see how much can he resist
the urges.
Yeah. And back then there was no Pornhub or whatever.
Yeah.
So he did the next best thing. Got the finest Indian girls, him. He didn't have any clothes on. And he had sheets on. Just to see if he can resist the sexual temptation. Which he did. Which like there is no stories of him actually.
He did this while married.
Well, he was married, bro.
So what the hell? Where was his wife in all this, bro?
She was seeing if he's like can he pass his test, which he did.
Yeah.
Like he didn't obviously have any like. There's no stories of him.
This is when you write your own exam and then sit it. Like my exam is like I'm just gonna be surrounded by the most beautiful girls and just test myself.
Okay, so I'm exaggerating about the most beautiful girl. It could just very well be
an Indian girl.
I thought it was his grandniece or something like that.
Bro, what have you been reading?
That's what I read. It was his niece. Like
okay, let's clarify it. Like let's find this.
Let's
like
not put it out.
This is getting weirder by the minute. So like yeah.
So he didn't. I don't think he did anything sexual. But like this is weird enough, like just to get some.
I mean, he said he didn't. He was a racist as well in his early
he
days.
was racist, bro. Like
against his own people.
No, against African people.
No, against his own people as well.
Yeah,
he was. So I looked it up online. Gandhi racist. So obviously,
ChatGPT was Gandhi racist.
I looked up what's Gandhi controversies because I knew about the sexual.
Bro, I searched the same thing on Gandhi controversy.
So he said he was obviously racist against Indian people.
Yeah.
But he was also racist against African people from South Africa. So the black people in South Africa.
Yeah.
He was like saying like they were dirty and like animals, and I think what do you call it? Like they would do lots of illegal crime and stuff, like criminals.
Is this one of those like before he became like a saint? Like he said, this was like a troubled past I had, and I moved past it, or
could be like I don't know.
Yeah, possibly because I think it was in his quite early days, and I know he was against what he said later on. And he was for like women in politics and stuff.
Yeah, because like there's all these figures like there's no comparison in this, but like Malcolm X used to have like a very crazy past before he became Muslim.
Even Imran Khan recently, Pakistan's ex-prime minister, he said like because Pakistan had a case of women getting raped, and he says they got to dress modestly, otherwise they're inviting it up.
Well, he said that like a few years ago. It wasn't like
20 years ago. So this is fairly recent. So I guess we can give him some kind of margin.
What margin?
No, Gandhi.
Yeah,
if he's young and like bro.
Bro, but the grandniece thing is.
If that is true, bro, you don't even know if it's true.
The video
okay,
of it,
what's if it's step grandniece then? Step grandniece.
Then take a video, put on Pornhub.
with specifically Dalai Lama. Obviously, he's getting a lot of hate and like.
Who's hating him, bro?
The whole world, bro. He asked the kid to suck his tongue.
Bro, the Fire Nation's against him, man.
Yeah, Zuko's coming after him, bro. But yeah, obviously he's getting hate for it. What do you think? People are like, bro, the rest of the world doesn't care about Buddhism like that.
Yeah.
Do we not know anything about Buddhism other than comparing it to Avatar, bro?
No, I have some Buddhist friends.
You have Buddhist friends?
Yeah.
I actually have a friend from Tibet. His name is Lama as well. So I was gonna ask him, but I don't think he hasn't picked up my calls yet. So I was gonna ask him, like, what is the situation? A lot of
is he the grand nephew?
Nah, he's just a regular commoner. Like a lot of Buddhist people, you know how like the white people that become Buddhist, like they become spiritual and they like start following Buddhism,
like a new hobby kind of thing.
Yeah, they say like, this is very disappointing because it sucks for them because it's like the face of the franchise or like the CEO of the company does something wrong and it affects the stocks of the whole company. Yeah. This is pretty much what's happened with Dalai Lama. Like it's like the
the 9/11 of Muslims.
Nah,
bro, why are you making this? Okay,
I think this is worse than 9/11 of Muslims.
Thinking there.
No, I reckon 9/11's worse.
Nah, this is worse.
Bro, you don't want to get your junk checked from TSA now.
But you don't want to think people are like you're a pedophile. But with 9/11, people think you're dangerous people. There's some kind of
freedom fighters.
So every time you walk the street, they'll cross to the other side.
There's some kind of respect behind it. Like this guy.
Not only that, like it could be seen as like, they were fighting for their rights or whatever. They were fighting back. With this, you're just a pedophile, bro. So like, what's the positive of it?
Jeffrey Dahmer scene, bro.
Yeah. Do you feel bad for the kid?
He might have an island soon.
You guys feel bad for the kid, obviously, right?
Yeah,
I think it's
like even though his face is blurred in half of the videos, rest of the video still has his face, and forever he's gonna be remembered as the kid who the Dalai Lama asked.
I don't know. I feel like if something happened like that to me, it wouldn't really affect my psyche or anything.
Bro, you're speaking as a 27-year-old. Yeah. Speak as a 10-year-old.
I'm a kid at heart, bro. No,
your brothers made fun of you for being Jewish. You remember that to this day, bro.
I came out fine, bro.
It still affected you for a long time.
Not really.
Shalit. When they there's certain things which happen as a kid which like even though you're like I'm over it now, but I think it would affect you still to this day.
Maybe, bro.
Who else did you look up as a controversial figure other than Gandhi, bro?
So Sadaam Hussein, bro.
Saddam Hussein.
Yeah.
What was positive about?
So I saw his execution video. I think it was very cool.
What? How did he get executed?
So he got
Was it
hung.
all filmed?
It was all film, but they didn't obviously show his. The one I've seen,
Yeah.
it was outside his. So they see him getting hanged and stuff.
I know why you're gonna say it was
But
cool
does it
to
show
watch.
his whole body and his
Huh?
face and everything?
His face was covered, bro.
They put a
okay.
mask on and then they
Mask
put a
on
noose
his-
around
Bro, it
it.
wasn't Sadaam Hussein then.
Oh, so that. Oh. Yeah.
He's still alive running
Yeah.
around, bro.
Yeah.
No, I know why he is saying that it was a cool thing because
Why?
the statement he gave before he went out,
Yeah.
Let me tell you.
next level, bro.
Like
What was it again?
I forgot it.
he just went
No.
against like the West, like your time will come.
He didn't apologize for anything.
Yeah.
He's like,
He
it
said
is
God
what
is
it
my
is.
judge. Yeah,
Yeah.
it was like.
And then he was like, your time will come to the enemies. He was like going against, obviously, because they were all in bed together when they were like the US and Iraq were like all in.
We're talking like Gandhi and his grandniece.
No, yeah, that kind of thing. They were all like together, but then once things started going bad, the US turned its back on Iraq. That's
Okay.
what he was saying. So, Gaddafi. Well, the way
He
he
was
went
a
out
boss
was
man, bro.
the way he went out was sad
Was
as
How
hell.
did he
bro.
go out?
Well, he got beat up in the streets, but like you know, how, like the mob just like
He
comes
was
out.
Syrian or
Libyan.
Yemen?
Libyan.
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 He was one of those like his like close personal bodyguards were all female. And then you know like what's that Dictator movie?
Yeah.
It was legit like the Dictator was based on Gaddafi.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So he had like an all female security team, and they
Come on, bro. If
they
you got
won
a
one.
security team. Why all female, bro?
Yeah, they won one of those where like you know they were dressed in like what's it called, proper like military gear. Like they were designed to look like sexual in a way as well.
Oh.
And he like dressed himself in gold. His kids were crazy as well. And then obviously when the Libyans turned against him, and then he went into hiding, he was found in like a pipe, like a sewage pipe,
Oh, I
trying to
think I
hide
saw
somewhere.
that, yeah.
And like hundreds of people found him, and they just beat
So
him to death.
Americans didn't actually kill him because I had a notion Americans killed.
Americans might have helped them off find him, but like Americans didn't kill him.
Okay.
He just got beat up in the street and died.
So he's a very controversial
This
figure.
is what
like
happens when your security team is women.
A funny
Yeah.
thing is, we have a cricket stadium in Pakistan named after him.
And like so everyone hates him
What?
in his own country,
Gaddafi.
Gaddafi Stadium. And you want a game?
Yeah,
Pakistan was playing in Gaddafi Stadium tonight,
yeah.
and everyone hates him globally. Like his people hate him,
Yeah.
and he's a war crime. He's got like a lot of issues against him,
Yeah.
and Pakistan's rewarded him with a stadium named after him because he came Pakistan once upon a
This
time.
is back when like Pakistan was like trying to be the world leader from a Islamic perspective. They were inviting every Muslim country to come to
Yeah.
Pakistan.
Yeah.
We'll share like our wealth with you, obviously nuclear codes as well. Like we'll share nuclear knowledge and stuff because Pakistan was the first Muslim country to get
and
it.
the only bro.
No, Iran as well now. Iffy. But yeah, so they invited Gaddafi, they invited Saddam Hussein, they invited everyone. And then I don't know what the hell went wrong for us. Now we're just like the laughing stock of the, not just the Muslim world, of all the world.
Elon Musk is richer than Pakistan.
Obviously,
Damn.
yeah. No, not Elon Musk. There are certain companies in India which have a higher valuation than the GDP of Pakistan.
Mhm.
It's a common thing I found amongst my white friends, where until an old age, they openly kiss their parents on the lips. And I was like, this is a very
Wait,
foreign
what
concept
age
to
are we
me.
talking? Like,
Like my age, bro. 20, 30 year olds.
No.
No,
too much.
bro.
They kiss them,
Kissing
not
their
like,
parents on the
not
lips.
lip sync them, just like a peck on the lips. And I was like, is this something that is like common amongst Desis as well? I just haven't seen
No,
it.
I haven't seen it, to be honest.
Because
Nah,
it's hard to
I've
get
seen
like any level of affection from a Desi father, at least.
Bro, Desi father
might just give you a nod, bro.
affectionate.
If you get a head nod, that's
bit
it,
too
bro.
personal, bro.
So a peck on the lips is like out of question for sure. But you've never seen any of your like white friends or like white colleagues or whatever.
I've heard of it, but I've never actually seen it or like directly spoken with someone who does kiss their
Well, the
kids.
Italians and the French have the thing where they like do the 3 kiss on
yeah.
Gibson.
kiss on the
Kisses,
cheek or whatever,
yeah.
right?
Sure.
And then Arabs have something similar as
Similar,
well.
yeah.
They just like touch cheeks or whatever. But on the lips,
Indonesians kiss elder person's hand.
that's
for
normal.
example,
Okay.
it's not normal, man.
No, hand is fine,
I
bro.
went to a mosque once.
No, it's not like for me. If I'm 26, if someone's 30, I'll be kissing their hand. But I think it's just plain big.
No, Arabs do that as well. Like it's just like, but like the lips is just intimate, bro. Like
Yeah.
I don't know.
I went to a mosque once in the West. I think it was an Iraqi mosque from memory.
In Sydney.
Yeah. And
You think you went to Iraq, bro?
Nah, I thought it could be anywhere.
Yeah.
And the guys were greeting people by like doing the sort of kisses.
Okay.
Yeah.
3 times?
And yeah, 3 times.
What if you miss it? Like,
And-
you know,
And I just came in and like straight away I'm like, I'm not doing that. And this big burly like Arab man, like I just didn't say salam to anyone.
Yeah.
I
Did he just
walked-
grab your hand and hold you in place? It's like, kiss me on the lips, bro.
I just walked past everyone. I didn't
Yeah.
make eye contact. I didn't do anything. I was like, I'm not gonna be put in that situation. Wearing big burly.
I
Arab
think
man
I think
starts
with
kissing
you
me.
it would be a similar thing. It's happened with me as well. Like because I might like look racially ambiguous.
Yeah.
I've had like Arab people like try to greet you the same way they
Yeah,
would another
yeah.
Arab. And it's like, oh, whose son are you? They like firstly they speak to you in Arabic because they think you understand it. And then they go for the 3 whatever smooches as well.
Mhm.
And then when they realize I'm Pakistani, they take a step back. They're like, Salam alaikum, brother. That's it, bro. So they keep it to that. But I have like my white friends growing up, like a lot of them would just like kiss their parents on the lips.
I think that's
I
weird.
think as kids may be fine until
No,
you-
but
I
like-
think as kids, I just
At a certain like, where do you think the line blurs? Like, you should probably stop
4 or
it.
5 maybe.
no, but I reckon it
Bro,
depends.
it's going way past that, bro. It's like 15, 16-year-old kids, bro.
15 or 16.
Like,
bro.
obviously, I'll clarify. It's not like they're kissing like 3 or 4 seconds,
Pecking,
bro. It's
yeah.
just like a peck on the lips. Yeah.
Nah, that's still weird.
It's a
bro.
Yeah.
take too long, bro.
Yeah.
Like in my head, like pecking is still for wife and husband. Like just before you go to work, like quick peck or something.
Yeah.
Like you see in the movies.
Bro, it's
Can't imagine
don't
doing it
bring
for-
up, bro. It's Ramadan.
And then obviously the Dalai Lama did it. And then people were like making the comparisons, obviously. That it's
You
common
do-
in
Yeah, okay.
in certain white things, but they're doing it with their own
No,
kids,
but
not a.
he
I think
didn't peck.
peck
He
is-
sucked the tongue, bro.
Tongue is different. I think it's too intimate.
Okay, since
Oh,
you,
sorry, he had his tongue sucked.
Yeah.
I saw up
SMT.
until.
He was all like SMT, bro. The kid was
Okay, I've only seen the footage where it shows like the kid. Obviously, I don't know what precedes it or like what after it what
yeah,
happened. Were there a lot of people that were going up and then he was just like kissing them on the lips, or he made a concentrated effort on this one kid?
I just read the headlines and make
He
judgments.
picks
bro.
the finest one, bro.
Yeah.
He's
And the
Dalai
kid
Lama
was
for
Indian,
the
right?
He lines them up and picks up the photo.
Kid was Indian, right?
I don't know.
Kid look hella Indian.
It was a blurred out, bro.
Okay, I saw the one unblurred, bro. Obviously, so like the
Of course
kid was
it's
Indian.
bro. It's always Indians.
Yeah.
man.
U.S. president currently at the moment, Joe Biden, is known to be a creepy fella.
Oh, I saw something.
He does like, he's one of those like, you know, like I don't know how to explain it. Like Desi wedding dance floors. There's always this like weird uncle who like tries to mingle way too much, and then like gets close to like the people dancing or whatever.
Sure.
And he's the only one older. And then they would like come and like touch you and like try to like be as affectionate as possible. Joe Biden is one of those type of figures. He was some press conference was happening. There was a congressman who was in his party was giving a speech about like winning something. So he had his family with him on stage. Joe Biden goes up behind the guy's daughter and just like puts his hand on her shoulders and it's like massaging her or whatever, right? And then he leans in and like says something in his ear. And the pictures make it look worse than it probably was, but like it seems like the girl is uneasy and he's just like whispering weird things in her ear. And there was one instance where he had this one nurse that was like looking after him or was at this one place. And then he was like, I liked how she was like breathing on me and whispering in my ear to build a more of a human connection. And then people were like, what do you mean by that? Can you clarify? He's like, oh no, she just gave me extra care. And then people were like, what the hell do you mean by extra care? What was she doing? And then he just didn't clarify. He just like moved on after that. So he's just known to be like a older fella who doesn't know what he's saying. Yeah.
He knows what he's saying, but he just says it, bro.
Nah, you can't call him out for that when everyone loves ASMR.
Probably.
Like the nurse was probably just like, I'm gonna give you your meds now.
Yeah. And then can you speak up so the mic can actually capture it?
I'm gonna give you your meds now.
That's what the Dalai Lama should have done. I think he just spoke way too loud to the mic. He should have been like, suck my tongue. Like keep it low just so the kid hears it and not everyone else. But yeah, like Bill Clinton back in the day.
Obviously.
Yeah, but like
Legend.
with him, people just like allegedly, is that what you're saying?
Legend.
Legend. That's
Yeah.
what I'm saying. People just like, oh, he's a charismatic fella. But he didn't do it with like an underage woman at least. Oh, well, he was associated with Jeffrey Epstein, so you never know actually. But what is like known, she was like a consenting adult woman, and then people was just like, oh, he was charismatic, and then now he's just like, no one remembers the fact that he had an affair with a woman or whatever. So yeah, there's all these weird figures out there. Well, with the Dalai Lama specific
question, Dalai Lama I think it must just be honest mistake. Like, why would he do it in public, in front of everyone?
What do you mean honest mistake?
It could just be like lost in translation thing.
What do you think he meant when he said "suck my tongue"?
Obviously, he asked for sucking.
Yeah. So what is the lost in translation? Is what I'm trying to get at.
Like, it may be something that we don't understand.
Yeah, maybe he meant suck my dick.
Yeah, that's probably what he meant. Is this what you're trying to get at?
That didn't make any sense to me, to be honest. But
you made the point. You said it was a lost in translation, and you're putting it on me.
I'm saying it must be something we don't understand.
What do you think he meant? That's what I'm asking.
I think he may have meant suck my tongue, but it could be a ancient tradition thing that we don't know about.
Maybe you have to reach a certain level of
consciousness,
spiritual attainment.
Yeah, to understand it.
Self-actualize.
Because if he was anything more malicious, he would have done it in private or something. I'm sure he would have enough opportunity.
No, that's what I'm trying to get at. If he was doing that in public, what the hell is he doing in private?
Suck my dick.
That's probably what he's saying at that point. Anyway.
It's either loophole,
lost
in translation.
Yeah.
Or he actually wanted
his hot and spicy Kentucky Fried Chicken.
Or he actually wanted his tongue to be sucked.
Or he wanted his tongue to suck.
Yeah.
Or he wanted his dick to be sucked and the kid misunderstood.
Yeah. Any of those 5 things. We don't know the answer. You let us know what it was. Anyway, the Dalai Lama is a creep. That's what I figured out from all of this.
But
yeah, you would be the one to disagree, bro. Anyway, this has been another episode of the Trash Talk Experience. We'll catch you in the next one. Peace and bye.
Hit the button, bro.